Joss is kissing blue balls. Polly can't wait to get back in that house, man. And it's Cam's plan. Episode 7 of the Challenge Final Reckoning coming up on AfterBuzz in just a second.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Great. Killer Cam, gunpowder, dynamite with a laser baby, woo, to blow your mind.
Get it, Pam.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yo, Pam has my mind in a pretzel formation right now. Welcome in, guys. AfterBuzz TV here. We got Final Reckoning, episode 7. Big Little Lies coming up for you tonight, but I think it should be called Cam's Plan.
Yeah.
And we're breaking
Cam's
it
plan.
all down for you. My name is Jenna Bussiere. We have Pamela in studio with us.
Yay! So excited.
We have Daniel in studio with us.
I'm here and I'm on the live chat, so write nice things so I can read them out loud.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into this thing.
Woo!
All right. Overall thoughts, we're going to go over first.
Okay.
This was a packed episode. We have a packed show for you. Let me tell you what's going to go on. We're going to talk about the elimination. We had an elimination and a challenge, and then a voting for a second elimination, a twist. Mercenaries came back in. We have a special segment later on, and news and gossip. So we have a lot to talk about. A lot going on, so stay with us. Overall thoughts, though, I feel like this episode just put the challenge back on the map. And this is one of the best episodes we've seen in a while. One of the most strategic episodes. My head hasn't hurt this bad while watching the challenge in probably seasons and years, where I actually had to pause, think, what's going on? How is this going to work? This is so smart. The politics and the strategy that Cam implemented tonight, crazy.
This was, last week I said great, but I didn't mean it. It was a fake great. This was great. Definitely the best episode, what it's all about. When you watch this, you're like, this is why I keep watching. I think, dare I put this one out there, the best mastermind move ever we've seen on the challenge because of all the variables, which we'll get into. So much action in this episode. I thought it was amazing. I wanted to hate on Sylvia in the beginning. Now I say, look out, Brittany, because Sylvia is coming after that Oscar. That was masterful. This whole episode
Why
was
does
amazing.
Brittany deserve an
Because they were
Oscar?
like, she's like Meryl Streep in there with her, we didn't get closure.
No, Sylvia's was much more
Sylvia's
believable.
was,
She did a great
more
job.
Oscar worthy.
All right, we're going to talk about that in a second.
And
Dan,
just
what'd you think?
Amazing.
Yeah, great. Finally, a great mix of drama and challenges all in one.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that MTV is looking at this episode. I'm sure the other ones are already edited, but I'm really hoping they look at it like maybe the voting of the weekly views are like, wow, this is really good, and they keep it this way where we're getting a little. I love the drama, but I also really love the challenges. So I want a good mix of both.
Yes.
And that's what the old challenges used to be really good at, was the drama. That's why you love the drama in the challenge, but I feel like the way it's been going the past few seasons, it's been too much of the lukewarm drama. The drama was so good was because you got a little taste and you wanted to hang on to that because it was genuine, really worthy of watching drama. Now when you just oversaturate it and you have, a little bit of Kaylee Nelson's relationship, a little bit of Banana and Natalie relationship that nobody really cares about. So I'm glad in that sense that they kind of shortened the Davon and Shane drama in the beginning, so we're going to talk about it a little bit later, because first things first, we need to get into Cam's plan.
Okay.
How did this work?
That is what is so masterful about this, because there were so many variables that had to come together just right for it to work. If they didn't win, which was, it's like, how did you know you were going to win? Then they had to...
And that will be part of our special segment, by the way. I have some conspiracy theories on that.
Okay. So they had to win. Then if any team at any point, if anyone spilled the beans, if Sylvia told Joss and he told... If anyone didn't do exactly what she planned on them doing, it would have crumbled like a house of cards. So that's why it's all the more masterful that all the pieces fell into place. I'm literally so in awe of Cam right now. My mind is blown. And the other thing about the drama is, you're right, the drama has been sort of real low stakes in that I don't care about Kaylee and Nelson. This was gameplay drama, which is what we want. I like drama, but we want drama with stakes. Like, you're doing something and it's part of your gameplay, not just They're hooking up. Angela and Bananas. Who cares? You want drama with gameplay. So it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, at first I was like, there's no way this plan is going to work. And at first I didn't really know what she was trying to do because she said she was going to save these two teams by saying she was going to vote for them. But then I'm thinking in my head that whole time, she doesn't have, just because she tells everybody that she's going to vote for these two teams doesn't mean she has to in the end, which she obviously did not. Why is anybody in this house even like thinking, she said our name, she must be, she's got to be serious. Why would she ever lie to us? It's not the challenge or anything. So that was weird to me. I think it's great that it all worked out, and I love that TJ was at least able to, jump in there. I mean, I don't know if he had that planned ahead of time, but he was able to stop her complete plan, which was getting the rookies against each other.
Well, they were there.
If TJ had this planned ahead of time, it was all TJ's idea for sure. But anyway,
someone flew Hunter and Ashley Dua. Yeah. So.
That's what's so crazy about it is that how did nobody say anything? Like, everybody in this house cannot keep their mouth closed or their lips sealed for anything. And so we'll get into their reactions. So Sylvia's like, how dare you, Cam? From the second she said it, I knew she was lying. Her face, I'm like, that is way over the top. The anger in her face, something's just not rubbing me right here.
Stop,
I was tricked 100%. No. Sylvia was off. You thought Sylvia was joking? Good for you. I was completely in on the Sylvia thing. I said, wow, she really is hurt by Cam. Because she mentions that they're really good friends. And I'm like, wow.
I do not think her acting abilities were on level with Meryl Streep. I feel like they were more Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana movie.
I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. To the point where I was like, home. I wanted Cam to be like, no, I'm really doing... Like, I was so empathetic towards Sylvia that I wanted Cam to let her in on the plan.
I thought it was so over the top and so fake. And then I think Kyle knew too, which we find out later, like, I just got a piece of information. I feel like he knew the entire time.
She said before any of this went down, she told. So let's break down the plan.
Well, what his reaction was is he yelled at Cam and goes, F you, and it was bleeped out. Sure, it was fake.
He's lying. Kyle was acting too. His not as good as Sylvia's.
But I wanted him, but we didn't know that at that point. But I wanted Kyle to scream, how could you do this to Brad? He has kids.
That'd have been fun.
One more time. Come on, Kyle, one more time.
The only thing that I thought was suspect was Kyle being like, you guys know Cam's going to stick by her word, when he was like really reinforcing
and that's when
I
was like, oh, he's lying.
That's when I knew he was the little over the top, like, clearly Cam would never say anything that wasn't true. So
he was politicking real hard in her favor, but Kyle is always acting. He's always doing that. I don't know why anybody ever believes Kyle.
Aren't they all though? And half of them moved to Los Angeles to become actors after. So here we go.
You're right.
This is their warm up for the big show in LA.
Yeah.
They're getting good practice. But Kyle is the go-to person where he looks like he's your best friend and he'll be the first to also stab you in the back too, but you still love him afterwards.
And Kyle, don't pretend you're upset about Brad's kids when you get a grenade. Give me a break or a vote.
So to get into specifics about Cam's plan, I wonder how long she had this brewing. How did she know that she could trust everybody? Like, people should take this as a learning lesson. This is what happens when you just keep your mouth closed. So she actually, her and her partner worked it out. Kaylee didn't tell anybody unless Cam knew. Cam didn't tell anybody.
Kaylee didn't even know what was really going on.
She
didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
Kaylee's mom was in a pretzel too, and she's bobbing up and down just with me too. But I'm saying in comparison in opposition to Cara and Marie. So Marie says, Carl, once we leave this room, don't tell anybody. And then Cara goes and tells like 3 of her best friends. This is what happens when your plan sticks to the blueprint. But I'm wondering, like, how long was she sitting there? How long she got this brewing for? How did she put this together? This is so complicated.
Here's the thing. She had to win that challenge in order to even do this plan.
Yeah.
How the hell did she get out of that grave site or wherever they were, the silo, what were they called, that underground thing?
Yeah.
How did they get out of there first?
Exactly.
All those, not to say, the boys are bigger, right? And they were all digging, and then somehow Cam snuck through, but not only Cam, Kaylee. I don't know how they pulled that up, and that was great that they did.
We'll get to that later on.
I know we're jumping around, but that was confusing to me. Okay.
No, I mean, my theory is just that she was like, I'm a good runner, Kaylee, make sure you are first out of there. I think she does.
But they were all telling each other that, right? Like, Zach was like, Amanda, what are you getting out of
Kaylee was one of the first out of there, and then Cam, who knows?
We'll get to more of the challenge in a little bit. So was Joss on board this whole time?
No.
He was the one that didn't know, right? Why is he the one that didn't know? They didn't trust him to go and tattletale and tell other people?
Either did Brad. So this is the plan. This is my hot take on the plan. I think that she was really mad when Tori and Derek were sent into the elimination because of people doing stupid burn vote moves.
Yeah, just
when
random
the
stuff.
goal was to get rid of the rookies. That's always been her plan. She thought, so Cara and Maria voted for them, someone else, but people switched their votes. So she was trying to make that not happen, aka save teams that she wanted. So the plan was to win, say that she was going to vote for Kyle and Brad or who's the Joss and Sylvia. Kyle was in on the plan. Sylvia was in on the plan. Those were the only people that knew. Brad didn't know. Joss did not know. Kaylee did not know. So only those people knew that was BS.
Well, Kaylee was supposed to. Kaylee knew.
No, she said, trust me. Kaylee, I don't think
Kaylee knew. She was laughing with Cam in the corners when Sylvia was fake crying and stuff. Kaylee was obviously in on the plan too.
I don't think Kaylee was in.
She was laughing with Cam.
Cam went to Kaylee later.
Well, after
Yeah,
she
yeah.
said,
told
"Oh,
her.
I'm not gonna." Yeah. 'Cause
We're
Kaylee
doing
was
this
like,
to save them. We're doing this to save
Right.
them. She said later, yeah.
So her plan, this is the beauty of it. So she had to trust that everyone would be so scared of Sylvia and Joss and Kyle and Brad that every single other team would do a cancel out vote. And then it would just be all on Cam because, you find out now.
Here's the best part is all these different challenges are all saying that everyone's playing a scared game except them. And then in that voting area, every single one, not just a couple didn't, they all played the scared game. And that's what's so interesting about this whole plan that Cam did.
Right.
And then you've got Polly in the Redemption House saying he doesn't play a scared game either. And yet when we interview him here on AfterBuzz, we ask him who the worst competitor is. He says himself. That's a scared game for the next time when he goes on. He just, hey,
I got you.
everyone
I think
is playing a
it's-
scare game. And I don't blame them, by the way.
Yeah.
It's $1 million, and I would be hesitant too making big
at this
moves. I
point,
get
They
it.
don't
I
see
get
it as a scared game. They see it as a smart game because you don't want to piss the wrong people off. Because I get what Polly's saying. Like, I used to miss the old day of the challenges too, where they said, I hate you, I want to take you out, so let me jump into the elimination. Let me actually get down from the stands of watching and compete against you myself.
Right.
Or trying to pull the double cross or the skulls out of the bag, whatever it was, to make sure they went head to head. But at the same time, unless you're that confident, unless you know you're going to win, that's a really stupid
Right.
game plan if you want longevity in
Right.
the game. And you could definitely go home way before. But that's still, we want to see the intensity in that fight. But just the domino effect, like, I can't believe that Cam's plan was actually executed this well. And that it turned out that everybody did burn each other. It just was like exactly like she wanted. It was a silver platter. Like, she had the world in her hands and everybody's running around in frenzy, and they all did exactly what she wanted. Because I thought, in my opinion, honestly, if I heard Cam say, I'm voting for Brad or Kyle or Joss or Sylvia, if I'm somebody, I might vote Brad or Kyle too. Because I might want to amp up those votes and try to go around and politic and rally around and say, okay, Cam held this press conference. She called everybody together. She's brave enough to say, hey, this is my best team. I'm, the team that I think is the best. I'm going to throw them in because I want them out of the game. I would go around and say, hey, let's all jump shit. Let's all jump onto that ship and let's vote Brad and Kyle
But they don't.
also.
Here's the issue with doing that, though. If you do vote for the team that has the most amount of votes, then when that little light beam goes off, they see that you voted for them,
see.
and they can bring you into the.
But that's a scared game.
And
And so
That's
Cam's not playing scared anymore. She put it all out there. Maybe everybody else should
not
too.
this week. Not this
If
week. We'll see.
she also, if you do that and you're the team, if everyone decides, everyone agreed, you vote for us, we'll vote for you, everyone decided to cancel their vote. If you're the one that throws that all off, then no one can trust you anymore anyway. So they all voted against their main alliance.
But now people know they can't. Well, people can trust
Well,
Cam.
it was
I guess
amazing. So
people can only trust Cam if Cam likes you.
Cam has a good gameplay. Everyone's in awe. This is better than anything
But
Johnny's
the whole
ever
trust
done.
thing is just like, no one can ever trust anybody anyway.
Trust
so whatever.
must. She saved the people that were her alliances. That is trust. She did this to protect. She said from the beginning, the rookie team's gone. She was like, why is Tori and Derek in this and not a freaking rookie team? And she made that happen, sort of.
Cam's plan works, but doesn't work in its entirety. So let's move on then to we get to the elimination twists. So they get there, the light beam goes off. It's Cam and Kaylee that voted for Faith and Angela, and Joss and Sylvia that voted for Faith and Angela. Sorry, not Joss and
it's
Sylvia.
Faith and Angela.
Jose and Davon, because those are the people that had the burn votes against each other. So Faith and Angela are sitting there after Faith moons the crowd. Would have loved to not have the blur on that. They look and they see, okay, so we're going against our friends. The burn votes, they cancel each other out. We're going against Davon and Jose. Are you bummed then that Cam's plan didn't work to the fullest and that here comes the second twist, here comes the mercenaries?
As far as her plans carry out in control factors everything worked out perfectly. So I can't, even she, when the mercenaries came, was smiling. It's like, all right, either way, I'm getting rid of a rookie team.
Yeah,
which
but she
was
wanted
goal,
the two rookies
hopefully.
to go head to head and kind of
Yeah.
make fools out of them. Like, welcome to the challenge.
I think it still worked out pretty well.
We knew last week that the mercenaries were coming in, so I was just waiting for that. I knew that it wasn't going to work out perfectly.
This
We knew
episode-
that they've been showing us every week that Hunter and Ashley are coming in. I'll just say this: bye bye, Angela and Faith. There's no way they're beating Hunter
It was
and
so
Ashley.
good,
Actually,
though.
they are both really good competitors. There's no way those two get out of that
They're
one.
like Friday Night Lights to me. They're just the
Right, like,
quintessential
"Hey, y'all."
Southern couple. They're
Oh, that, yeah,
exes.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, just got off of the travel team's bus traveling to their football game.
Yeah, like I
now,
see you, Tim
are they
Riggins.
automatically eliminated, or do they get to go to the redemption house? Whoever
The
loses it,
mercenaries? We
the
don't
mercenaries
know.
and the.
The mercenaries go home. They're just there for a competition.
Well, they say they take their place though, so I'm wondering whoever wins this next,
I think them take your place in Armageddon instead of fighting you. Like they're
No, they're going to go against each other, right?
They
no,
can-
And then one
they're-
team's going to go to the redemption house, or one team's going to go home, and the other one just joins the house.
no matter what, I think Hunter and Ashley go home.
No, if they win,
No
they
way.
go to the house.
No way. They'll stay.
No,
They'll stay.
Yeah, they're fighting for their spot
They
into the
they
challenge.
get to be in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
the twist. So the
I'm on it.
mercenaries are different.
Oh,
If you're
wow.
like Pam, I'm a little confused.
It's not. These are brand new types of mercenaries. So the mercenary literally
Oh.
takes place. And my question was, if they're taking place of with Angela and Faith, are Angela and Faith now going to the redemption house if they lose, or do they just automatically go home and vice versa?
That's a really good
I have
question.
no
So that's
idea.
prediction time. You guys tell us in
Oh,
the
jeez.
live chat. What? No, I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
let's predict. What do you think's gonna happen? I personally think that Faith and Angela will probably go to the redemption house just because MTV wants this to run for 3 years and 800 episodes. So as long as people keep going to the redemption house, we're just gonna keep bringing them back in, and no one ever leaves in this season.
we know from that leaked video after the reunion with Cam and Angela fighting
Oh, yeah.
that Cam said, I sent you home. I sent you home to Angela. So does that mean
Could
she
this
really
be-
sent her home?
Could this be the time where she sends her home, or does that mean she beats her one-on-one in an elimination or in a redemption house challenge, something of that nature? Or is it like, my plan sent you home?
My mind is so blown by this. Like I didn't even realize this is a
Oh,
new
yeah.
level of mind blown.
Yeah, they're staying. They get
I
to
thought
stay.
he meant taking your place, Davon and Jose, in this elimination. I didn't think he meant taking.
that is that's but he means both. So they take the place of him in the elimination, and then they get to take the place of Angela and Faith if they win, of course. Which I think that
Wow.
they
But
definitely will.
I'm glad that it's Ashley and Hunter coming in, because I think that they're the better pair of the mercenaries. The other ones are Devin and Corey. And I
Oh, no.
think that...
Oh, you don't think Devin and Corey are a strong team?
No.
No.
Are
Oh,
you
wow.
serious?
Tell us about that. And I think that Devin is very smart.
I think that that's
Sure,
kind of
but-
Yeah,
weak
that's
for
big in this game.
a mercenary team coming in. Because what has Corey ever... I mean, he made it to 2 finals, actually.
his legs always give out on him. I'll
His
give you
legs
that.
always... I mean, Corey, I think, is a little bit
No,
of
but
popcorn
I just like
muscles.
Devin. I like Devin a lot.
No, I love Devin too, but I still think the one elimination that he had against Bananas was a mental light
Right.
challenge. And honestly, anything else athletically, Devin's been like one and done. He
I'll
lost in the
choose-
purge and invasions, or not invasions, Dirty 30 in like literally a snap of a finger.
I hope
And,
that.
and he was the one to leave when they had to do the obstacle course last season, or not exactly the
Yeah.
obstacle course, but the whole like triathlon
No,
where they had to
I mean,
run
for
and
sure,
stuff.
I'll choose Hunter and Ashley over those two any day of
yeah.
the week. I think Ashley's got the brains, and then Hunter. Do you remember Hunter from the last time he was on? He had like
almost won it
broken
all.
hand, and he was still flying through people. He was eliminating everybody
Yeah.
every week. It was just
He
Hunter
was
another
in
elimination.
every- right.
Yeah,
And I think Ashley's a really good mercenary too.
Yeah.
Right? They're both great.
I'm
But
excited.
plot twist, production is sleeping. I feel like if they really wanted to get to Faith and Angela, they should have brought in Tarai, because I would have loved to see Angela go, I've done everything for you. If they
Is
wanted
this an
to
X
bring
on the
in-
beach
Yeah.
thing?
This is
I-
X on
yeah,
the beach.
I feel like it was.
Angela's ex Tarai. If they're trying to cross these shows, they're trying to bring Are You
Okay.
the One in Big Brother, X on the Beach, bring Tarai in during
Isn't he
that
her
time.
current as of taping
Ex,
this?
current ex. Imagine your mercenary comes in and it's actually your ex, and you have to play them in order to stay in the house, or they take your spot. That's like ultimate revenge.
Well-
That's ultimate battle of the exes challenge, Ex on the Beach type stuff going on. So
And this live chat's blowing up right now, guys. I will tell you this: everyone's some people say Corey is great, others say Corey sucks. There's no line. It's one or the other. I have no idea. I don't know what to think.
What's the truth?
Because
Please-
Corey's hit or miss. Sometimes
Please
he
write
does
in
really
what
well.
you think about Corey, Devin, Ashley, and Hunter.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Yeah, man. It's all very exciting.
And we have so much more challenge that's gonna come up. We got the first elimination of the day, and then also the challenge of the day. But we also have other shows going on at AfterBuzz, and Pam is dying.
We sure
to
do.
tell you about them.
I do. I am. AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that has more discussion about TV. So we need your help. We are asking you to subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to the channel, you will get suggested content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you are worried about getting pesky notifications, don't be, because that is optional. So we're not just going to hit you up when you don't want to be hit up. Let us know in the comments and when you subscribe that your friends from the challenge sent you here. Subscribe now. If you're not already subscribed to our show, subscribe. And then you can also check out other shows and other genres to subscribe to. Thank you for being the best fans in the world and helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
And here we go.
And
we're back in it.
Talk
We're back to the
you,
challenge.
Jenna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pam. So then we're going to get into the first elimination of the day. And they show up at elimination. And it turns out that Tori and Derek are being voted.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess this was a surprise because I honestly thought it was going to be Faith or Angela right off the bat. Or I honestly was wondering, why is nobody voting in Joss and Sylvia? But it turns out that it's Tori and Derek because of their burn votes.
Yeah.
And their friends, quote unquote, and their alliances turn their back on them. But at the same time, I feel like this is just an easy go-to. I mean, what have they really done? Might as well get rid of them. But at the same time...
You can say that about a lot of teams, though.
Right,
You know?
but at the same time, then that's just more proof to everybody's playing a scared game because they're throwing in Tori and Derek, which they know are maybe not the best team. And then we see that it's Joss and Sylvia who voted them in, Brad and Kyle, and who was the other one?
The team they should have picked was Angela and Faith.
Angela and Faith.
Yes, it was Angela and Faith.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So how do you feel about them choosing Joss and Sylvia?
It was a bad decision, guaranteed. And unfortunately, it's a bad decision in hindsight because we know that they lost to them. But right when they chose it, I thought it was a bad decision because you see the ramps.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're gonna have to do the whole American Ninja Warrior and climb up the ramps. And I'm sorry, but guys they're a little longer, and he had the bigger muscles. They can pull their body weight up a little easier than the girls. You have two girls on one team, and they're gonna have to help each other get up that ramp. Tori and Derek would definitely have stayed. I'm sorry, they would have, though. Because if Derek can't pull his body weight up, then I don't know why he goes to the gym anymore.
Well,
It's not even asking you to do anything athletic. Pull your body up on a board.
listen, I actually think Derek killed it in this challenge.
He did fine. It was a close match. He
I
did
don't
fine.
know why everybody's jumping on him for it. Zach is calling him stupid.
It's his
Everyone's like,
track
Derek
record.
doesn't know what he's doing. Derek sucks. He was great in this challenge. This challenge was all functional fitness, and he killed it.
He did very
He was
well.
out there running around, climbing on stuff. I thought he did great.
Which then says, who was the weaker link in this challenge then?
well, the
Tori.
people
No.
are calling him the
Oh, yeah.
weakest link because he's not
but he
helping.
didn't
In
help
this
her,
challenge,
right.
it was Tori.
But
To
had
his
he helped
defense-
her...
Hold on. But then again, why couldn't she help him? There's that whole thing, right?
No. This is upper body strength. It's a male has have the upper hand.
Hey.
But you're right.
I
no,
say
it's not.
all is fair in love and war.
No, that's just a fact. That's not like...
No, I
They
get
had
what-
a rope. There was a rope that could help them.
I get what Dan is saying because Tori is strong too, so maybe
Right.
she could have been the one
they
jumping up
almost
the
did.
pipe. She couldn't
She
have
almost
got.
did.
It was anyone's game.
Sure, but she didn't get up the pipe herself. Derek could get up the pipe himself, and
Right.
it also comes down to him helping her. Yes, he obviously should have. However, they have such animosity.
Right.
Maybe Tori didn't want his help. Maybe Tori's been kind of standoffish, like, no, you suck. I got this. That's kind of been her vibe to him the entire challenge. So what now is solving that problem?
Right.
I just don't understand why. Like, I thought that Joss and Sylvia, they came up with a game plan before. In any sport or any type of challenge you do, you always come up with a game plan. And what blows my mind is that I literally don't think that Tori and Derek even talked about it before they went up there.
Absolutely.
That's
How could
the
you
thing,
not?
yeah.
Obviously, Joss is like, hey, Sylvia, I'm going to jump up first and I'll pull you up. Game plan done. That took 5 seconds.
And you
Yeah.
don't see Tori the entire time saying, Derek, help me, grab me.
Exactly.
So it kind of looks like neither of them are getting the fact
They
that
have
they can
bad
help each other.
teamwork. We
He's
can-
trying. He had his hand out. I feel like I'm conspiracy theorist on Derek's side. He had his hand out. It didn't even look like Tori was grabbing. It didn't look like they were trying. I think Derek did pretty good
On
this
that
challenge.
though, Derek, like he had his hand out like this. He should have grabbed her by the
And
back
just
and
did
just ripped her up there.
But he
not in like
feels-
an aggressive way, but yeah, get her up there.
But
It's
he
not-
feels like the subordinate to her the entire time.
I
So
agree.
he's like a dog with his tail in between his
He's
legs. Like,
very
I don't
nervous
want to
around
step
her.
on mom's toes. So what more could you, I guess, expect of him in this challenge? The rest of the
and
season,
if we're talking
we need
about
more.
like whose fault it was that they lost, I think Tori was really gunning to put Joss in there. So in a way,
Right.
it was Tori's fault they lost that
But it was
challenge.
a
I don't think
real-
it was Derek. I think Derek played it better.
I was just really excited.
And Derek's gonna say whatever she wants, right? If she wants this one, Derek's gonna go along with it because he's afraid of Tori getting mad. So even if he was like, I think Angela and Faith might be better for us to win, Derek
you
is
are
going along with it.
correct. They would have
Oh, sorry.
won if it was Angela and Faith. So it was a bold move. I don't hate it. I think they thought if we're going to go out, we'd rather prove something.
I was really
Is it
excited
smart?
to see
No.
a Joss versus Derek. I'm like, oh no, they really think Derek man to man, like on paper, could play, get down with Joss. It's
think-
not going to be anything like the last Joss Derek elimination we saw, but Derek held his own. It actually was really close, but Joss with that last blue ball.
Yeah, he kissed it, huh? That's interesting.
He
Give
did.
that blue ball a little
He
kiss.
gave
Lights
that blue ball a
balls.
kiss.
He gave that blue ball a little kiss.
All
It's
jokes
just
aside,
so-
that's literally what he did. He gave that
so
blue ball a kiss.
demeaning. Like, Derek, here's your blue ball.
Yeah.
I'm putting that
Yeah.
in the sperm bank.
Joss
and it's
Wow.
going.
Wow.
Is lucky that he's so pretty.
Better luck next time with Tori, kid.
Yeah, Joss is, from what we're seeing, the most dull human in the world.
Stop it! I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I think it's nice.
Let me
that
tell
he's
you
good
more
I think he's
reasons.
getting a
because-
bad
Let me tell you
rap.
one last reason why Tori made the biggest mistake ever by choosing them. Do you remember in the first his premiere episode, Joss's premiere episode, they had to run like 18
Yes.
miles and he beat everyone in
Yeah.
like 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Why would you
Like,
ever choose
that was a
Joss for
morning jog.
an endurance match? It was endurance, back and forth, endurance, and she's like, oh, I'll choose Joss though. Bad mistake.
She wanted
Tori.
to make a statement. She wanted to go out with
Well,
a
that
bang.
statement got her in the
He's
redemption
a
house.
fitness trainer. He's but I like her. I don't want to play scared. What you know? What
She didn't.
Let's get some new spices into this
The
season.
one person that didn't play scared tonight is
Why
now
is my
in the redemption
roommate
house.
calling me? Dakota, you know I'm at AfterBuzz.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's move on into the challenge of the day then. Dig deep.
Yeah.
I have some qualms with this challenge. I really liked it at first. It was really good. However, the puzzle was so lame. Felt
was
like
so
somebody tried to take the reins and like teach elementary school kids how to put shapes together and stuff. I mean, I'm sure it was really hard, but it's one of those things when you're in an escape room. You ever been to an escape room?
Yeah.
And it's like everybody wants to be the leader and everybody knows what's right and everybody's talking over each other.
Yeah.
So that's not going to help at all. How are you going to get the puzzle solved? But I also am annoyed. The only thing with working in the teams is one person could sit there and do the entire puzzle, but it all comes down to just being the biggest dude that can slide the sand down and dig the deepest hole in order to get out first.
In theory.
So they're not
theory.
going to put, even though Zach did get out first, they're not going to put, I'm trying to think, like a Faith in the front. They're not going to put a Devon in the front of the sand
Well,
pit. It's going to
somehow-
be Zach. It's going to be Brad. It's going to be Kyle. They didn't have crap to do with the puzzle. Zach stood in the corner the entire time when everybody was doing the puzzle, but yet he's the first guy out
Right.
because he's the closest because he has the biggest arms to dig the hole. So it's like,
Yeah. But then on the
what
other
was even
side-
the point of the
Well,
puzzle?
Zach's-
Like it doesn't help.
Your
It's
whole
annoying.
team had to get out. So that's why I don't understand Zach being like, I could be a jerk and take off or help my team. You're not going to win if you don't help your team anyway.
No, but if he
So-
stopped his other teammates at first, just to get Amanda out, and then they could all run and win.
Oh, just said send out Amanda.
Well, send out Amanda, or no one's getting out. That's
yeah,
kinda
no,
cool, right?
honestly, it should have been
But
send out
if
Amanda and
he
we'll
did
get
do
everybody
that,
out.
then him and Amanda could have won the whole
Right.
thing. That was his thing. But he but here's what looked really weird. He let the two girls go by. He let Cam and he let Angela go by. Him holding them back and like making them struggle, that would have looked really bad on
No,
national television.
totally.
Good for you, Zach. Let them go by. I would have let them go by as well. You can't hold them by their ankles and like wait
See,
till
I
Amanda
should have
comes out.
said, send Amanda out. I'm out.
But then he
Send
would have
Amanda-
had to grab them, and it just would have looked weird.
No. I mean, he should have said, I'm out. Please send Amanda out first and we'll help everybody.
Please send Amanda
Well,
out.
let-
That would have worked.
Red Rover, I pick Amanda.
Amanda,
Please
come
send
over.
Amanda
He's
over.
already, I mean, I don't know.
Love by
I
you.
kind of actually wanted it to be a little bit more cutthroat. I was really excited going
Me
into this
too.
challenge. I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? People are going to try to bury people alive. I wanted the grabbing of the ankles. I wanted people shoving elbows into ribs. I wanted them like trying to really fight each other to the death, Hunger Games style, to the death, people. We're not playing around on AfterBuzz. I wanted as soon as they emerged from the hole, like people just tripping each other and pushing them to the side, like in a rat race. You ever see it when everybody's running towards the finish line?
Yeah.
Everyone's just
In
like
slow motion,
sabotaging
yeah.
each other. But people are too nice. Like, everyone's like, oh, okay, like, you go ahead, or I'll just slide to the front. Cara was the only one like, I solved the puzzle. Can I
go?
please just, like, come
Yeah,
on?
but did I let her go? No.
I'm the only reason we're even in this situation right now.
Love by You wrote something interesting. She said that smaller people will fit through the smaller
Right.
holes. So in theory, what I'm thinking now is, if they didn't quite dig it out all the way, the girls should just jump in there and say,
Well,
oh
we
yeah,
saw
boys,
that.
let me see what's going on here. And then it's boom. And we did see kind of
in the
Cam
beginning,
and
they were
Angela.
saying like, okay, she said, Kaylee, that's you.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like, someone small can squeeze
Right.
through now. And Zach was saying Amanda, but Amanda was in the back.
But some of the dudes
that's
are not gonna
why
let you through.
Cam
I
and
thought-
Kaylee,
Amanda
no,
should
they
have
let
pushed
her
her
go
like
'cause
snuck
she's smaller.
underneath. Amanda should just snuck underneath all like the big arms and just wiggled through.
She should have.
I can't believe we didn't see more of Bananas or Tony this challenge, because they always find a way, man, of winning everything.
They were
Bananas
the main people digging
somehow-
on the other team too, which
Yeah.
is
Banana
interesting.
somehow always finds his way to win everything, so I'm shocked that he didn't. Anything else on the challenge of the day?
I feel like I had more. Too many chefs in the kitchen. I wrote when they have to do
Yes,
that thing. Man,
exactly.
it's too much. And yeah, you're right. The puzzle was lame. And did they have multiple puzzles where they only had to solve one puzzle? Like I solved the hardest one. She said something. Wait, you could have just solved the easiest one.
Like,
Why
it's like
did they-
fitting shaped. It's like
And
at
then you're
this
done.
point, like,
All right, I thought
what
they were.
fits in one?
Whoa! I hope you were on for that. That's great.
But it seemed like they were gonna have to do 3, and then
That's
it was
what-
like, oh, they
one
just
and-
did
one and done, yeah.
done. Yeah, and Cara Maria just sat and did it.
Right,
While everyone
exactly.
else was
so
scrambling.
then I want this challenge to then. Oh my God, we're running out of time. Quickly, if we could do our special segment then. Bouncing off of the challenge of the day into our special segment, and in honor of all of the acting that went on tonight.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna
Oh,
play
okay.
a play. It's just okay. It's gonna be faux real
Oh my
or
God.
faux gazy. Was this real or was this fake? So it's more
Okay.
like a
Oh.
what's true, what's authentic, or what was manipulated by production, or in later episodes in the following future weeks we can do, or who's playing it up for the camera. Is this really them, or they want camera time? Like, what's real and what's kind of fake, what's manipulated, or what's just a little bit too over the top for TV.
Okay.
So going back to what Dan was saying earlier, conspiracy theory, this is what I was thinking while watching the show too. I'm thinking, wow, how is it just so happen that Cam's plan gets to be executed, this big bombshell game strategy saving episode for the challenge happens? Is it faux real or faux gazy
Are you
that
trying to
Cam
say-
and Kaylee made it out of this challenge as winners?
Are you trying to say that somehow a producer got in the heads of them? And yeah, because I was thinking that in my head too, but I didn't want to be that guy. But I'm glad we can both be those
Well,
people together.
how is it that Cam and Kaylee just happened to win tonight's episode? Because
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing is I think that in the recording of this episode, Cam could have said that at any point, like, oh, if we win, I'm gonna do this. And then they
Right.
can use that whenever, right?
Right.
So until she won, right, they can play that on the night that she actually
Right.
does
Exactly.
win. Right?
Like,
my whole
who
thing
knows?
was, did a producer come to her and say, hey, when you win, I've got a great idea. Let's work together and make this. I wonder how many. You ever watch that show? Oh God, never mind. Let's not get into that. But there's a show about like The Bachelor, but it's like it's on like real TV. You guys seen it?
yeah, yes, Unreal or something.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Unreal.
Unreal.
Unreal. It's called Unreal. And the producers are always in their ears,
Oh,
right?
so
much
is going
so I'm
on,
wondering
yeah.
if that's how this could work too.
I don't.
Well, I don't
think
wanna
so.
discredit
When money's
Cam.
on the
I don't either. I don't
line-
want to discredit her either.
It's not
Yeah.
as much about her plan as it is the fact that, oh, they just happened to win this episode. So now her plan
Yeah.
gets to work perfectly the night the mercenaries come back in. Is this just too good to be true? There's obviously some kind of manipulation by production.
Sure.
So
Sure.
are you guys saying faux real or faux gazy on this?
Her plan, for real, because she was saying that it was a direct response to Tori and Derek being thrown.
It could have
in.
happened 3 weeks
So
from now, right?
She
If
might
she
have
won then.
said, yeah. But for Gazy, Faux Gazy is the mercenaries coming in that night when it would have been rookie versus rookie. Of course, they have to produce the show and make it good, and I'm glad for that. But I think
no, is
Cam's
it
plan,
fugazi that they won the challenge? Dig deep.
No, I think that's faux real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
think them winning this challenge is faux gazy.
No, I don't think it is because we saw it. We saw her say, "Kaylee, go."
how did they push Kaylee out? How did this all happen? I'm thinking like,
Luck
okay,
and
we're gonna
that
pull
was
some
interesting.
strings here. Let's.
I don't know.
I'm just
here's the
saying
thing.
it worked
Zach was
out. I'm
out.
just playing devil's advocate. I think it worked out just a touch too perfectly.
That and it was very interesting too because those are all the bigger guys on that team, like a lot of big guys, and
there
Zach's
wasn't
the only
space
one
yet.
that got out. But Zach got out. He's like the biggest dude.
But Zach was
So
in the
there's space for
front, so he
Zach.
made space for himself because he's Zach and he's
Yeah.
selfish. But I think not even that he's selfish. He's playing the game. But everybody in the beginning was like, "There's a little space. Go squeeze out, because he was saying Amanda, and she just
I think
was in
it's
the
for
back.
real that they won. Like, why not? And then for Jay-Z or whatever the other word this is, for Jay-Z.
For gazy, you guys
Yeah,
don't know what this means.
for
It's
Jay-Z.
fake. It's like an old school Italian, like the
gazy.
gazy.
Yeah,
No.
for Jay-Z
For
on
Jay-Z.
something else. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was like for the gazes. Like that's for gazy. Like you're gonna make my gaze. You're trying to do it.
You
for
guys
the
are talking
gazes.
Spanish, all right? I don't know what's
Quickly,
going on.
if we have a little bit of time, we do have some
Okay.
news and gossip.
Oh, great.
And we have some visuals to assist us.
Oh, my. 4
And
minutes left.
shout out to the tweets that we get. So this is courtesy of Lila X15
All right.
and Olivia P at Olivia_0912. Do you guys know that MTV, Bunin and Marty is producing, it's going to air on TV, a MTV show for Lindsay Lohan. And it's going to be Lindsay Lohan back on TV in the reality TV world. It's going to be like a Vanderpump style show where she is launching this beach club in Mykonos. Am I saying that
Yeah.
correctly? Mykonos, Greece. So it's going to be following the staff around
Okay.
and making this bringing it to life for
Like
Lindsay.
Stacey Carosi. She's
Like
gonna
a
be the Stacey
Vanderpump, like it's
Carosi.
basically following the staff of this
do
resort
love Saved
around
by the Bell.
drama while they're trying to make this new brand and this new business come to life. So none other than Kayla will be on this season. So she's coming from the challenge, hopping over to Mykonos, Greece to hop aboard this
Okay.
Lindsay Lohan
Is she gonna work
reality TV
there?
show. And I'm like, is this because she had an early departure
And then,
with
so
Melissa?
I'm looking at Kayla right now. That's Kayla.
So
from far away.
Kayla is in Mykonos,
Very
Greece,
nice.
filming
Thank-
this.
Thank you, Tony, our producer.
And
doing
we
a great
have
job up there.
pictures, we have some footage. So this has been out on the internet for a
my
while.
gosh.
This has been like a huge rumor. Oh, by the way, yeah, they're not staff.
They're brand ambassador. That's what I was like. Is she gonna be a waitress?
Keep
'Cause
the party going,
I really
man.
hope she's getting paid like a brand ambassador, $17 an hour. So that'd be fun.
I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
Ah.
So she's on the challenge. She's on the Real World. What is she doing on MTV? Sorry, not on MTV. She's clearly on MTV. On Lindsay Lohan show.
Getting paid.
But why? Like, why the casting directors? Why did the producers pick Kayla? I mean,
because she got kicked
do
off.
somebody who's like in the restaurant industry, the club industry.
She's already well known. Maybe she's got a lot of followers on Instagram. Who knows?
MTV. This
To
is
me-
an MTV show.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want an MTV personality, and they're trying. Like even this generation that likes Kayla probably isn't as familiar with Lindsay Lohan. It's a good bridge, I guess. It's a good
It
marriage.
seems too much to me. Like, okay, you're doing too
I'm with
much
you.
with
But
these
what has
people.
Lindsay Lohan done in the last 10 years that people know about?
I'm so happy that
I loved her in The
basically
Parent
the
Trap,
best
though.
part of
That
this.
movie's the bomb.com.
Basically, the best part of this is that we get to see Lindsay Lohan again. Is she going to be speaking in a British
Yes.
accent, an Indian accent? Doesn't she like speak in all these different accents now that she apparently has
Yes.
acquired over
I just
time?
want to see what she looks like.
Rough.
So,
Rough?
are you guys watching this Lohan show?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I love this kind of stuff
I
too,
think
but this one doesn't.
it sounds-
I'll watch to see what Lindsay looks like real quick, but then I might get attached.
No,
just like
it's-
this new season of Are You the One? Oh God, I got into that by accident.
I think I'm watching for Lindsay. I don't think I'm watching for Kayla. It's not that I dislike Kayla. I just think this is the sort of thing that's making me like roll my eyes at the reality TV world and making me not want to watch it anymore. Like, oh my God, okay, like now Kayla's in Greece on this Lindsay Lohan show.
Yeah.
Like first the Real World I loved when they took people from the Real World and put them on the challenge, but now we have Are You the One, and that seems to be fine. X
That's
on the
fine.
Beach has blended in pretty well.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll like it. I'm always a hater at first, but I just feel like this one is just really out of touch. It has nothing to do with competition. It's not even the same pool of reality TV people. I feel like it's very random.
It seems like they're trying to bring a Bravo model to MTV, but it's like save it for Bravo.
Yeah.
There's enough, like there's so much,
Save
there's,
it for Bravo.
Well, there's so much good real, real this, real that, real restaurant Vanderpump, but I don't see it. I don't see it working.
All right,
Yeah.
wow, there we go. All right.
It makes me
All
uncomfortable.
right, guys, we are wrapping up now. Let us know if you're gonna watch Kayla on this show. or if you're gonna watch Lindsay. Lindsay beat Kayla, Lindsay every time. Anyway, thanks for joining in tonight. Please comment along and let us know what you think went on tonight. Was Cam and Kaylee winning for real or for gazy? And we'll see you next time. That has been episode 7 of Big Little Lies on AfterBuzz TV for Final Reckoning. My name is Jenna. You can find me on Twitter, Jenna_Bussiere, and I'm getting a lot of rumors and gossip from you guys on Twitter, so make sure you keep tweeting at us.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're up, yeah.
I'm gonna close out by giving my tribute to Lindsay Lohan and say, don't try and make Fugazi a thing. Fugazi's never gonna be a thing. My name is Pamela
Gretchen
Gross.
Wieners.
That was my Gretchen Wiener, right? It was my tribute to Mean Girls. I don't know. My name is Pamela Gross, and you can find me at Pamela Gross Jill all across social media. Thank you guys. This was an excellent episode, so thanks for joining us.
Yeah, the Dan Lindgren on Instagram. You know, follow me. Add me on Instagram, and we'll chat it up over on that side of things
Yeah.
too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.